Assalamu alaikum viewers. In this consecutive episode of my live session, the person who is going to add with me is Mr. Rohinipriya, a famous Hindu scholar and famous priest, most popular and familiar, honorable personality before the Hindu community in the entire world. Within few minutes, he will remain connected with me, and this session is sponsored by Rehan School. Waiting for Rohinipriya. Hopefully, he will get the connectivity. Till he is joining here, I am just having the drag into the cup of hot water in my throat as usual.
Hare Krishna.
Okay. Are you listening me okay?
Yes, can you hear me clearly?
Okay, I'm listening you loud and clear.
All
So,
right.
brother, no need to discuss about that
Pitrupaksh.
poita you are talking about. Okay,
Pitrupaksh.
you
So that
you
is,
were
yes, so that is
yes.
connected to Durga Puja because the first day of Durga Puja is, the puja is held for 5 days basically. 4 to 5 days depends on how the lunar calendar is. All right. But the entire event begins almost 9 to 10 days before. So the last day of uh, offering our gratitude to our forefathers is the first day of the Durga Puja too. So that day is called as the Mahalaya. Mahalaya means that is the day when the deity, the form of the murti of Durga that is created. You know, there are so many idols that are created. So those idols, the artist, the person who makes those idols or deities, we call them deities, they paint their eyes on that day. And the reason they do that is because that means now we are going to have vision, spiritual vision as the devotee of Durga Devi, as a worshipper of Durga Devi or follower of Durga Devi. So that particular day is very important. So that is celebrated as the first day. It is right after the new moon day, Pratipada, or the first day of the waning phase of the waxing phase of the moon. The first day of the waxing phase of the moon starts in the month of Ashwin. So on that day, the deity of Durga, the idol of Durga, is brought home, or it is brought to a pandal. And the idea is that according to the Puranas, according to the Vedic literatures called the Puranas, Mother Durga, she and the Bengali culture, uh, the Bengali culture believes that Mother Durga, she lives with her husband in her abode of Kailash. And this is a big mountain, Kailash mountain, which is on one platform, from one perception, it is in the higher realms of the universe. Right?
And, and there
And
is a place in Bangladesh, brother. 1 minute, there is a place in
yes,
Bangladesh. It is Kailash Tila.
Kailash Tila, yes, yes, yes. So those all these places on the earth in various parts of India and Bangladesh, they help us commemorate what happened many years ago, many centuries ago. So that is her husband's house. That is where, when she got married, she went to stay. So in Bengali culture, when the girl, a married girl, she comes back to her mother's house, that is a big festival. So what is happening here is that Mother Parvati, which is one of her name is Durga. So according to the Bengali culture where we celebrate the Durga Puja, according to that culture, she is coming back home to her mother's house. And what is her mother's house? Her mother's house is the place where all of us live. We are spirit souls in this body, and we have a lot of suffering in this body. Suffering of lust, pride, greed, anger, illusion, fighting, jealousy, all these sufferings, they trouble us. So because she is coming back home, everyone is very happy that she is coming back to our house, and all our suffering will go away, all our problems will go away. So that is why everyone is very happy, very joyous during Durga festival. It is a festival where one receives the blessings of God and one is very hopeful that our sufferings will go away. So God, according to this, God in his feminine form as Durga Devi is personally coming down to reach and reaching out to us. So now she becomes our mother. She is not only coming to her mother's house, she is our universal mother. So as a mother,
Brother, can I ask you a question? Are you
yes,
married?
I'm not
Are
married.
you married?
No, I'm not married. I was never
What is
married.
the reason behind that? Why you the priest do not even marry?
Yes, you, one of our ex-presidents, Dr. APJ Kalam, you've heard about him, right? He's very
Yes.
famous, world famous. He was also not married. He never married. So they asked him this question that, sir, why did you never get married? So he said that I was married to my profession. I was married to my mission.
So you are also married to your profession.
I'm married to my mission. Yes. So that is
Now carry on.
my, yeah, that is my inclination. That is my choice that I made. So, so when Mother Durga is coming back, all of us are very happy because our mother is coming back. She had gone to her husband's place, different city. Now she comes back. And when she's going to come back, she's going to come back with a lot of gifts for us. What are those gifts? Those gifts are our blessings. Those gifts are our grace. Those gifts are her mercy. So she is the universal mother. So from the first day to the fifth day, the first day is Mahalaya, where we bring her to our house or we bring her to a pandal with lot of procession, because there is a lot of excitement. Then the next 4 days, we just glorify her different forms. We glorify in the different ways she manifests in this creation. This entire creation is the manifestation of the energy of the Lord. This is the Lord's energy. This is the Lord's srishti. It is his expansion. And Mother Durga, she represents that creative energy of the Lord, of the Supreme Lord. So for 4 days, we just meditate on all that we have received in the form of uh, our lives, in the form of our facilities that we have. So there are different stories that help us remember that. And then we also remember the challenges that we have in life. And we realize that whenever there are challenges in our life, these challenges are more powerful than us. These challenges, they trouble us because they make that impact on us. Some of those challenges are very severe. And on those severe challenges, we realize that we need help. Otherwise, generally, we think that we are powerful. We can do things our own way. But when these challenges come, then we realize we need help. So we also have stories of Mother Durga, which in the past has happened. These are all historical references from many, many years ago, where she has helped people who have had challenges. And one of the most severe challenges that is remembered in terms of Mother Durga is uh, where she where she defeated Mahisasur. Mahishasur was a very big challenge in everyone's life. So Mahishasur, Bengali Mahisha. You know what is Mahisha, right? Buffalo. A
Yes,
buffalo
yes.
is called as Mahisha or Mahishi.
Mahesh.
Yes, Mahish.
Yes,
So
I know that.
so that's a buffalo. And a buffalo, now since we have studied different species of life on this earth scientifically, we realize the buffalo has very thick skin, and the skin of the buffalo does not have sweat glands. So the buffalo, if the buffalo wants to reduce its body heat, that is why it goes into the water, because there is no the skin, the human skin and skin of many other species, they act as temperature regulators. The buffalo does not have that, so it needs to spend a lot of time in the ponds or in mud, because that helps it regulate its body temperature. That's how thick the skin of the buffalo is. So, spiritually, what that means is, or philosophically, what that means is, many of us, we are not able to regulate our material ambitions. Our material ambitions are so huge, so big, that we don't realize that the more people who have material ambitions, the more conflict there are going to be, the more disturbances there's going to be, the more fight there is going to be. The way to live congenially, to live together nicely, is when we understand that our material ambitions should also include service to others. Many people don't have that kind of ambition. Material ambition is mainly about what I can get, but how I can serve others is not always in the forefront of our minds. Hence, there's a lot of conflict. So what Mahishasur represents is a mentality where one is only thinking about oneself. So what Mahishasur did, Asura means a demoniac person, a person who is very bad. So this Asura, he was practicing all good things so that he can become very powerful. He can become very well known. And once he got power,
brother, sorry to interrupt you. I did a question to you that
yes,
why Durga Devi contains 10 hands
yes,
with 10 type of weapons.
Exactly. So I'll come to that, because that is how she manifests. This story of Mahishasur explains that, and that is why I was telling you the story of Mahishasur. So Mahishasur, he practiced a lot of good things. He did a lot of good things, but his intention was not to do good. His intention was to just become powerful and control others. So he gained the faith of the demigods like Lord Brahma. He gained their faith because they all felt that he was doing very good. But within his heart, he had a bad intent. They could not detect that. The devatas, the demigods. So Lord Brahma gave him the blessing that he'll be very successful in life and he will be very powerful. He asked him that, can I ask you for a boon? Can I ask you for a blessing that I want? And Lord Brahma said, yes, ask for a blessing. He said, I want to be immortal. I don't want to die ever. Because if I don't die, then I can enjoy always. This is typically what many people think. So what Brahmaji said is very interesting. He said that is not possible. Everyone who has taken birth will have to die. And he said that I cannot give you that boon. So then Mahishasur, he tried to use his intelligence. He said that, all right, if I have to die, let me not die at the hands of any man, any mortal, or any devata. I don't want to die at the hands of any man or any devata. So Brahmaji asked him, but what if you die at the hands of a woman? And he said, that is not possible. A woman is very weak. He was so egoistic that he felt that I don't need to protect myself against the challenges of a woman. So he immediately rejected that. So Brahmaji, he gave him a blessing that, all right, you will not die at the hands of any man or any devata. Now he became so cruel and he became so proud and egoistic that everyone had to listen to him. And in this way, he completely controlled everyone's lives. No one could have any other ambition but whatever he wanted in his life. No one else could do that. So this created a huge problem in the universe, because every spirit soul is independent, and every spirit soul only surrenders to God. They cannot surrender to anyone else. Every spirit soul has relationship with God. God is the only one who binds everyone together. So anyone else who wants to take the position of God, that is not a healthy situation. Mahishasur wanted to take the position of God. So what happened is, they all approached Lord Shiva and Lord Vishnu ultimately. So Lord Vishnu said that since he has got this boon from Brahmaji, and Brahmaji is a respectable person, so we have to honor that blessing of Brahmaji. So what we will do is, we'll create a woman who is so powerful that she will have all our powers. And we will all give her our weapons. So 8 of Durga's hands have got weapons, and 2 of her hands gives blessings. Sometimes all 10 hands have weapons in them. So all the devatas gave their weapons to her, which means that all the devatas gave their powers to her. They shared their powers with her. So she became the powerhouse of all the devatas. And that is why in different hands, she has different weapons, which symbolizes that any challenge that can come from the world of negativity, she has the perfect response for that. If it is if the challenge is in the type of something that needs to be cut, then she has a sword. If it needs to be cut in the form of an axe, then she has an axe. If it needs to be bound up by a rope, then she has a rope. If it needs to be drowned by water, then she has a kamandalu. So she has all the weapons by which, or all the responses by which one can overcome our challenges in life. And that is why she's got 10 hands and 10 weapons. Sometimes she only has 8 weapons in 8 hands, and 2 hands are only giving blessings. One is to give protection, and the other is to give blessing. That is her form as the 10-headed Devi, the 10-handed Devi. So now she comes and she has a fight with Mahisasur, and this fight lasts for a long time. And in the fight, ultimately, Mahisasur, because he is a shape-shifting demon, he can take different forms. So Mahisasur now here represents the mind. Sometimes the mind wants to do things, do good things, but then suddenly there's a transformation of the mind. Something becomes a distraction, and the mind becomes attracted to a bad quality. So the mind shape shifts. So Mahisasur was shape shifting. Sometimes it take the form of a buffalo, sometimes the form of a lion, sometimes the form of a snake. In this way, he was taking various forms, just as the mind takes various forms. But Durga, she is the energy that helps us control the mind. She is the mercy of the Lord. She is the energy of the Lord. She is the force of the Lord that is within each spirit soul, because God is with each living entity, with God is with each soul, with each being, with every person. So her energy is there with us. So when a Bengali person worships Durga or Bhagwati, or when a Hindu person, just as Durga Puja is celebrated in Bengal for 10 days and 5 days from Shashti till Dashmi, Shashti, Saptami, Ashtami, Navami, and Dashmi. These are 5 days of actual puja. Similarly, the rest of India, like Maharashtra, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, they also have 10 days of what is called as Navratra festival. Navratra means 9 days of worship, from the first day of the waxing moon to the 10th day of the waxing moon. And on the 10th day of Navratra, there is a festival. Just as on the 10th day, there is Visarjan. Durga Ji is put back into the waters in the Ganga. Immersion takes place. There's Visarjan, which means because she has come away from her husband and she has protected us, now we are very, very grateful to her, and we are letting her go back to her husband. She's going back to Kailash. She has come from Kailash here, and now she's going back to Kailash. So that is why there is Visarjan.
Okay.
So
So,
Visarjan
brother,
also.
what is the, as you tell that Koila, there is a mountain named Kailash in India, and Kailash still is situated in Sylhet in Bangladesh also.
Yes.
So is that situation, is that happening was done between these two areas? That's why Kailash name is given.
Whenever Hindus, when we speak of certain places, then we speak of these places in two ways. I'll give you an example. I'll just give you an example. I
Sure.
live in Mumbai. In Mumbai, we have the beach, we have the ocean, we have the Arabian Sea, and then we have the beach. And that beach in Mumbai is called as Chowpatty. Chowpatty is very famous. Maybe you've heard of it, maybe you've not. Chowpatty basically means, basically means a beach where there are many thelas. You know, there you sell puchka, and you sell all those things, pani puri, vada pav. Yes, you sell all of that. So that is called as Chowpatty. Chowpatty means a place where you eat, which is close to the beach. But now such chowpatties have come over in many places away from Mumbai, and which are not close to the ocean. They are just called as chowpatty. The idea is that you spend the evening outside in an open place and you eat. All right. So similarly, many places in different parts of the country, in Bangladesh or India, we have those places named after the places in the Puranic literature. Like Kailash Tila is there in Sylhet, and there is Kailash Mansarovar in the Himalayas. So these are the abodes that are representing that which is in the spiritual world, or that which is in the heavenly planets. It represents that. It is like an embassy here. So here, when we approach these places, we get the visa there to go to the original place. It is like an embassy here. So Sylhet has an embassy, and Himalayas has an embassy where people from this world can approach to get their visa and their passport stamped, and they can go to the original Kailash.
And you had visited Bangladesh, and you enjoyed your schedule, your journey schedule during living in Bangladesh in Sylhet also. That you, as you told, that you had visited Srihut of Sylhet.
Yes, I went to Sylhet, and because in Sylhet we have some places which are very dear to us. There is a birthplace of or the hometown of Jagannath Mishra. He is the father of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And in Sylhet, the district is also the ancestral place of Advaita Acharya, who's from Sylhet. And there's also the ancestral place of Murari Gupta. So I had come to visit these holy places there in Sylhet. So that
And
is
Sylhet is almost near to Indian border as well.
yes, it is just right next to Assam. Sylhet is right next to Assam. So the dialect there is very close to the Assami dialect. So that is what is Durga Puja. And you asked about 10 hands. So her 10 hands represent, she's trying, what she is doing is she is giving us confidence that she has all the responses to all our challenges in life. And she can destroy all of our challenges. What we have to do is, we have to focus on meditation. We have to understand that material ambitions only help you so much. After that, or beyond that, or much more fulfilling than that, is spiritual aspirations, to be spiritually minded, to be godly. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Devo Bhutva Deva Yajet. To worship God, you have to be godly. You have to become godly to worship God. In other words, you should have the same qualities that are embodied in God. All the goodness that is in God, you should have the same, and then you'll be able to worship God. So this is spiritual meditation. How to have godly qualities of mercy, compassion, serving, truthfulness, cleanliness. These qualities help one
Okay.
to be a nice human being. So Durga
Okay.
festival, this another
So
significance of
brother,
Durga Puja. Another
so
significance of
brother,
Durga Puja
we
is,
did discussion enough about Durga festival, and I do not know about the massive information of Hindu religion, and your fans and followers are too much intellectual. We the Muslims only enjoy the programs, only enjoy the festivals. We move to the home of my Hindu friend's house. We prefer to eat prasad, and we prefer to eat vegetarian foods that are served by our Hindu neighbors. Uh, we enjoy here a lot. Even my Hindu friends participate in our Eid festivals, and we also move to their Puja festival, and we observe the dances that is occurred in the yard of the temple. So you are in Boston there. So how do you celebrate the Durga festival
uh,
in the Western country? How do you celebrate that?
I'm just visiting Boston, but I have attended Durgotsav or Durga Festival in Calgary in Canada. There is a mandal there, a Bengali community from Bangladesh actually, and they
So you
celebrate
are
this festival in a
okay.
hall.
So, brother, you were invited by the Bangladeshi Hindus in Calgary.
Uh, Very interestingly, there were also Bangladeshi Muslims there too in the festival. So
We the Muslims enjoy.
yes, it was a Bangladeshi Durga festival. It was a Bengali Durga festival there, and they did all the rituals properly. One thing that is that could be very significant in the present understanding, the present century is, there is a particular ritual during Durga festival, Durga Puja, that is called as Navapatrika. Navapatrika Snan also it is called as, or Navapatrika. Navapatrika means you take 9 leaves, and with that you worship the image of Durga Devi. And this time of the year is also the harvest season in India from the agricultural point of view. This is where the rains have given you a good crop and you start harvesting. this time of the season is also where the rains are going to become less and winter is going to set in. So it is a fall season. So there is a change of season. And whenever there is change of season because of the movement of the sun is going south now, there is greater chances of disease. So always when there is a change of season, in Hindu customs, there is always a festival. And in this festival, there are two things that happen. One is there is a lot of involvement of grains and leaves, agricultural products. And second is there's a lot of fasting. You fast. Both of these activities help you stay healthy and protect you from diseases. And it also helps you conserve material nature. So 9 different kind of leaves which are very native to Bengal are used to worship Durga. So this is a very it also has an ecological aspect to it. That is what I wanted to say.
So brother Rohini Priyadesh, we the Muslims community only enjoy the foods of the Durga festival, and not only the Durga, we also enjoy the Saraswati festival. You know, did you ever visit Dhaka University?
No, I have not visited Dhaka University.
There is a Jagannath Hall.
Yes.
For the Hindu students, and the Hindu pilgrims move there from the miscellaneous areas of Bangladesh there, and we the Muslims enjoy the vegetarian foods, the luchis, and miscellaneous types of vegetarian foods. We the Muslims prefer to eat flesh and meat, but I especially fond of the vegetarian foods that are prepared by the Hindus. My question is, and you are also vegetarian, so what is the reason behind that? I had visited India in the previous June, and I also observed that they prepared aloo paratha and miscellaneous type of vegetarian food that was in a single word that was too much delicious, and still I'm missing that type of mouth-watering vegetarian foods. So what is the reason behind that? The Hindu people, prefer to digest vegetarian food instead of fish and flesh.
Most of the festivals, the Hindu festivals, I think there is always a stress on vegetarian food. Even if some of the Hindus are non-vegetarian during festivals, they prescribe to a vegetarian diet. And the reason is these festivals are also an opportunity. I'm speaking from a very practical point of view. I'm not going to say any religious dogma here. My training was as a science student, so sometimes I speak from the scientific point of view generally. These festivals also are an opportunity to detox ourselves. Not just the body becomes detoxified, but the mind also detoxes. So during these festivals, we try to be more meditative, and we try to help the body detox, so that the body does not have to work so much. It does not have to unnecessarily spend a lot of energy on digestion. Now, everyone knows that vegetarian food is very light on the body, and it is very nutritious also. And secondly,
but I fulfill my tummy by digesting them.
Yeah, that is all right, because even if you have a full stomach, plant fiber is easier to digest, and lesser energy is used than animal protein. So even if you eat 4 times a day vegetarian food compared to eating non-vegetarian food, your body will feel lighter because it just uses less energy. That is all. When we use energy for digestion, then the energy from the brain is taken away, because the blood has to flow towards digestion, right? So when we say we feel light, it means that there is enough oxygenation of the blood of the brain going on. That means the blood flow to the brain is not compromised as much. That is it. It is very biological. So eat as much as you want. That is perfectly all. It is not about eating less. But fasting is always helpful. Fasting helps you detoxify. You know, there are certain studies. Just I think last year there was a study by some professors from Harvard, I guess, that stated that if you fast fully 24 hours twice a month, then your T cells, which help you fight cancer, they get a lot of strength.
Germs of cancer.
Yes, they get a lot of strength just by fasting 2 days. And then they did research, is there any other way they can get that? And there is no other way. It is just by giving them enough rest. It is just giving the body enough rest from eating. So 2 days of fasting in a month. So typically a Hindu fasts twice a month on the day of Ekadashi, the 11th day of the waxing and waning moon. That is a tradition. We generally fast. Many people just do token fasting, but those who are serious, they fast. So from a very practical point of view, it is a very healthy practice. That is one. Secondly, for the mind to be peaceful, one has to be away from many distractions. So the food is kept, although it is very tasty, it is kept very simple in the sense of there is luchi, there is sandesh. So it is milk and vegetables, and both are available in nature. Both are easily available in nature, in plentiful.
We the Muslims are always wait for that situation when the okar will be finished, when the festival will be done, when the prasad will be distributed.
Will be distributed. Yes, yes. So that is good. I mean, it is just that, I can see that you like the prasad very much. So I'm very happy for that. We as Hindus, sometimes we may even fast from that if we want to be meditative. We take very little prasad because we want to be meditative. We want to focus on detoxifying our mind. So on those days, we may not even watch TV. On those days, we may not have any political discussions because we are being meditative, because all of this agitates the mind. On those days, we will try and do more charity. On those days, we'll try and keep our houses clean or our surroundings clean, help others. It's like
so you will try to do all type of ethical works. You try to do all type of ethical works.
Ethical works are helpful because it keeps the mind a little peaceful. At the same time, we practice meditation. So there is a lot of mantra chanting that goes on. Like Hare Krishna will be chanted. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This kirtan may go on. Or on the 10th day, there will be this dance. The Dhunuchi dance will be there, with dhuni in your hands, which is a meditative form of dance. So there are various ways that meditation is practiced. So the only reason the reason why we eat vegetarian food is, first, it helps us detoxify our body and mind. Secondly, it is the food is more easily digestible and absorbable. So it helps you be meditative again. And thirdly, fasting is considered to be a much more appropriate way. So before Aarti, no one is going to eat. And sometimes the Aarti takes place in the evening. So throughout the day, somebody may fast. Is that all right?
So, yes. So, brother, probably you observed that the festival between the Bangladeshi Hindu and the Hindu dwellers of West Bengal is almost same. And there is massive similarity between the non-Bengalis Hindus and Bengali Hindus there. But is there any similarity between the festival in Western countries and subcontinent?
I haven't seen any festival. This is called as Navratra festival. So according to the Hindu calendar, this is in the month of Ashwin. So in the month of Ashwin, in Bengal, it will be the Bhagwati Puja or Durga Puja. There's another Navratra or 9-day festival that comes in Chaitra. That is about sometime in March, April. That is close to Ram Navami, the birth of Lord Ram. So 4 times in a year where there are seasonal changes, Navratra is there. And each of these seasonal changes is associated with fasting and meditation. But in the Western countries, no, I haven't seen that. And I think it is because the seasons here are different than the seasons in the Indian subcontinent.
So brother, before turning the conclusion, do you have any message for the Bangladeshi Hindus, especially? Only for the Bangladeshi Hindu, do you have any special message?
I would just like to thank you for preserving your culture and showing us how the Bengali culture is so very well preserved and thriving. And please be happy, please be devotional, please help each other and serve all of humanity. That is my message.
Okay. Thanks a lot. And probably I fulfill the satisfaction of your followers. I get massive requests to bring you before my camera. and I am thankful to you. You a famous personality, but you join with me as a guest and give me that most significant opportunity to spread the spiritual knowledge of Durga Festival.
Thank you very
And
much. I'm extremely grateful to you. My life is to serve others. That is my mission of life. That is what I've heard from the spiritual teachers of the past. And thank you very much for doing this wonderful service, Rayanulji. You are doing this wonderful seva. So I wish you all the best.
and most welcome to you Bangladesh again, and I am optimistic about that. You will definitely come in Bangladesh during Durga Festival or Saraswati Festival or Janmashtami. You will definitely approach to Bangladesh when any significant religious festival will be done.
Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna.
We will meet again, not in social media, in Bangladesh.
Yes, and maybe in
Definitely.
India. If when you come to India again, you can come and visit us in Mumbai.
Okay, I will
Okay?
definitely visit you.
Yes. All right. Hare Krishna. Thank you
Goodbye.
very much. Goodbye.
Have a nice day, and
You
best wishes to you and each fan, each followers of you. Durga Utsav. Wish you a happy Durga Utsav.
Yes, wish happy Durga Utsav
Goodbye.
to everyone else. Goodbye.
Goodbye. So I think I have fulfilled. আমি বিশেষ করে পশ্চিমবঙ্গ এবং বাংলাদেশের ভিউয়ারদের উদ্দেশ্যে বলছি, আমি যথেষ্ট করার ইনভাইটেশন পাঠানোর, probably I fulfill your satisfaction and have a colorful happy Durga festival and demonstrate interfaith by celebrating it. Thanks to everyone, especially the Bengali speaking Hindus.